Hey everybody, it's Greg from Parks Journey here. Hope you're all doing all right. Let me go ahead and show you what's behind me here. As you can see, I'm here at Universal Studios Hollywood for an all-new update from Universal Studios Hollywood. Obviously, lots of Fast and Furious going on. You can see back there so much work going on. So it's our first update of the new year, and excited to bring you the construction updates. Got a lot of video earlier. And then just kind of heading out of the park, figured I'd do an opening for the update. So we got all angles of Fast and Furious. We got a couple of other little things going on around the park as well that will bring you in this update. So enjoy. Before I get started, make sure you click below to subscribe. Really appreciate it. All right, so let's start off here in the Universal store. It is Lunar New Year time, which means new Lunar New Year Minion merchandise, which looks really kind of awesome. So you got some bags and shirts and mugs and obviously Minions themselves. The shirt here that's only for kids, they always do that. They always make shirts that are for kids sizes only that I would want. But still, I probably wouldn't wear it too often, but you can see here this Minion shirt here, which is like the raglan, really cool. And then obviously the flowers and stuff. The restaurant on the upper lot is still under construction. No official announcement of what this is, but rumors are that it is another kind of Toadstool Cafe type place where they will have the same food as Super Nintendo World. Obviously, if you're trying to get into Toadstool Cafe, it is hard to get in sometimes, so maybe like a quick service up here so you can try out some of the Super Nintendo food. So hopefully that'll be opening up in the near future. Over in Universal Plaza, they are still removing Grinchmas. You can see the remnants of the tree there. They don't really seem in too big of a hurry to get rid of Grinchmas, to be honest with you. Even some of the light posts have decorations on it still. The sign for the studio tour still had decorations on it. The sign heading down to the lower lot on the Starway still had Christmas decorations on it. So they don't seem in too big of a hurry to get rid of the holiday decorations, but I would assume within the next week or two they will be fully removed. They've got bigger stuff going on at the park, as you can see. So here we are heading into Fast and Furious. Know if it's just Fast and Furious or if there's some other rumors have been Hollywood Drift or something like that, so we'll see. But as you can see, a huge crane is on site. They were not doing any work with the crane today. It was rather windy up at the park today, so doing work with the crane was probably not the best idea, but it is on site. And then moving around to the side near Super Silly Funland, here is a look at the crane. It's quite large. You can see it from pretty much everywhere. So as we look at the site here for Fast and Furious, you can see they are starting to add in some like footers, some supports. There was a picture that I was sent a couple of weeks ago, and off the top of my head, I'm sorry, without looking, I don't remember who sent it to me, but it looked like there was some dirt kind of packed in before they put the concrete around it. So I'm going to say that's probably for noise reduction. Obviously, that is a big concern with this coaster. When we talked about the plans a couple of months ago, that was one of the big concerns. So instead of just filling the supports with sand, they might be just packing it with dirt in certain spots. So that's probably where the station is going to be, in that particular area there. And then as you can see, they are working fast and furiously on this construction. I will say, a lot of people always ask, how come Universal is moving so quickly? How do they move so quickly? I tried counting it. There was like 40 people on the job site today working between the two areas. So that's why, I mean, they are not messing around. They don't waste any time. And as you can see here, just a lot of work going on here for Fast and Furious. And here's a look all the way down. So the size of the construction is rather large. So it looks like they're pretty much starting on this top area here, and then they're going to kind of move down. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of work going on moving down the hill towards the lower lot right now. Just some ground clearing and things like that. So that makes sense to kind of get a lot of the work done up here and then kind of move down gradually to the other parts of the attraction. And then we'll just take a look up at the crane here. Got to kind of zoom out, use the zoom out function on my phone just because it is so tall and right there in the middle. So again, like I said, no crane work going on today due to the wind, I would presume. Moving down to the lower lot, here is next to the tram road on the first section of the Starway. This is where the coaster is rumored to go over and under that first section of Starway. And this would certainly seem to support that rumor. And then moving back up from the lower lot, using the Starway here, you get a look at the other side. So basically to the right there was where I was standing to get the first part of the video, and then moving all the way up to the upper lot here. So you can just see how large this construction site is, how much work is going on. For those of you that aren't familiar with the park, this is basically going to be smack dab in the middle of Universal Studios Hollywood. There is no way to, hide construction. You don't have to, there's no thing where you have to peek through walls or anything like that for this construction. It's all kind of right there. You might have seen the ATV going down the hill with the big flag. It's like, it reminded me of Team America just heading down the hill with that big American flag. But as I was saying, there's no way to kind of disguise what's going on here, unlike a lot of construction projects. And then we'll just kind of walk in between the area between the first and second escalator for the Starway and look down. That is the tram road right there that moves, that you go down the Universal timeline. And kids, don't try this at home, trying to film and get off and on the Starway. It takes a professional to do things like this. Professional theme park vlogger. So don't try this at home, kids. So as I was saying, you can just get a look at how big the scope is for this coaster. You will be able to see it from inside the park, outside the park, from the front of the park, from the studio tour, from down outside the park off of Linkersham. You might be able to see it from other areas of the park as well. And then on the studio tour here, just another look at construction. So that is the first Starway section, as I mentioned, where the coaster is rumored to go around and over one of the inversions of the coaster. And then a look up at the hill there. That is where we just were filming on the top of the hill, and this is basically underneath the second Starway that we were filming as we were going up. So as I was saying, there's just, you can see this from every angle, which is great for bloggers and vloggers. So you're going to see lots of different angles of this coaster, and it'll be great for when the coaster actually opens as well. You're going to get some really signature shots here of this particular coaster, which is going to be great. It's going to have a great view looking over the entire valley, especially on a clear day like it was today. So as I was saying, as we're moving down to the lower lot there, this is still part of the construction area, but as you can see, they haven't even gotten to removing some of these trees down here at this point. But they're kind of on both sides of those trees there, and then all the way down to the former voice stage down here. Obviously, the historic stage down in this area. And if you look real closely in there, you can still see that there's a big open space. Now, this was interesting. This was on the studio tour, and it looked like, for lack of a better word, it looked like there were some footers right between the Psycho House and the Bates Motel. So this is where, if you remember, this is where they used to walk you up on the Terror Tram around the hill. So I don't know what's going on there. If anybody does, let me know in the comments. And then, as I was always saying, the Universal Plaza is still closed. They're still working on removing a lot of the Grinchmas stuff. So they've got the walls up, so to speak. And then out in CityWalk, Cinnabon is currently closed. They are doing some work in there. I don't know if it's going to remain Cinnabon. I hope so. I like Cinnabon, so we'll see what happens there. For some reason, this Raiders store is still open. I had no idea it was even still here. We've got two other football teams in Southern California. I'm not a fan of either of them, but this seems weird to me. There is a new poke restaurant open in City Food, which is on the second level of CityWalk, basically above where Voodoo Donuts is. So America's Poke Shop. So a nice new healthy option for those that enjoy poke. A look at the menu. So you've got your poke bowls and your boba tea. So lots of different options here. I did not check it out today, but I will in the very near future. And probably most importantly, they've got Dole Whip, and not just pineapple. Looks like they've got lime, and they've got strawberry. So definitely we'll be getting some Dole Whip at some point. Thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we will talk to you soon.